Hey, Nancy, it's been way too long. There's something I want to talk to you about, so text me back when you have a minute. Hello there? I'm sorry, but I'm not quite sure who this is. Are you kidding me? You mean you forgot about me? I'm really sorry, but I don't recognize the name or the number. I'm Aiden's mom, Kendra. Aiden? Oh, I remember now. Aiden was my son's classmate back in daycare. They weren't just classmates, they were practically inseparable. I can't believe you forgot about both me and Aiden. I don't know what to say other than that I'm sorry. But I mean, they've been out of daycare for almost 3 years now, and they're both going to different elementary schools, so... Well, I'm just glad that you remembered it all. Anyway, I need to ask a favor of you. Okay, what can I help you with? I need you to watch Aiden for me. You want me to babysit Aiden? Like, at your place? No, at yours. Okay. So you're texting me for the first time in 3 years and asking me to have your son stay at my house? Oh, it's not just my son. I have a daughter, too. Her name is Allie, and you're gonna love her. You want me to take both of your kids? That's right. Wow. Well, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid I can't help you. We moved 3 years ago, right before my son started kindergarten. Yeah, I know. You know? You're living really close to Disneyland, aren't you? I am so jealous. Disneyland is one of the best theme parks in the country. And since you're living within driving distance, you can go whenever you want. Well, just because we live somewhat nearby doesn't mean we can go all the time. The tickets are pretty expensive and the lines are insane. But how did you know that we lived around here? I don't remember telling you where we were moving to. Oh, I have my ways. Long story short, I heard that you were moving into a house that was a few blocks away from the closest elementary school to Disneyland. So I did a little bit of digging and I managed to find you. Wait, find me? What do you mean? You're still driving the same car that you used to pick up your son from daycare in, huh? I thought you would have upgraded to a nicer car by now. What the? Kendra, are you out in front of my house right now? I sure am. I'm about to go to Disneyland for the day, so I need you to look after my kids for me while I'm there. Wait, okay, I'm confused about a lot of things, but let's just go one thing at a time. If you're going to Disneyland today, why don't you just, take your kids with you? The park is supposed to be for kids, after all. I think it would be a lot more fun to have your kids with you than just going by yourself. Oh, I'm not going by myself. That's why I want you to take my kids for me. I've got a date with my boyfriend. We'd like some private time away from the kids, if you know what I mean. It seems like every time I ask you a question, I only get more and more confused. Your boyfriend? Is that your pet name for your husband? A pet name for that guy? No, he doesn't deserve a pet name. I mean, my boyfriend. You know, the guy I'm cheating on my husband with. Wow, I don't know what to say to that. I know the answer is just going to make things even worse, but I have to ask. Why did you bring your kids along if you were planning on meeting up with your boyfriend? Oh, that. I kinda had no other option. The cover story I used with my husband was that I was taking the kids to visit my parents today. So I couldn't just leave them behind, could I? Okay, well, I think I've heard more than enough now. Kendra, I am absolutely not going to help you cover up your affair. Oh, don't be like that. We're friends, aren't we? I don't know. Are we? Like, putting aside whether or not we're friends now, were we ever really what you would call friends? Of course we were. That's why I knew that I could count on you to help me out. Even if we were best friends, I still wouldn't be willing to become an accomplice to your infidelity. I'm not taking your kids for you today, and that's final. Don't bother knocking on my door because I'm not opening it up for you. Would you open it up for my kids, though? What are you saying? Uh-oh, don't tell me you haven't noticed yet. Noticed what, Kendra? I already dropped them off. They're sitting on the bench on your front porch. And I'm already gone, so have fun with my kids today. I'll see you later. You what? No way, this is not happening. I don't care how far away you are, turn around right now and come get your kids. I mean it, Kendra, right this instant. Sorry, Nancy, no can do. I'm already in the park. They have a firm no readmissions policy, so if I left the park now, I'd have to pay full price again to get back in. Don't worry, I'll pick you up some souvenirs from the gift shop to say thanks. Okay, I just met up with my boyfriend and we are super excited for some adult time. Not having to worry about my kids for a whole day is gonna be great. Kendra, wait! What for? Kendra, your kids aren't here. What? I just looked on my front porch and they're not here, Kendra. I checked outside in my backyard and everything. They're nowhere around. Did you leave them at someone else's house? No, there's no way I got the wrong place. I remember the car you used to drive super clearly, and the car in front of that house was definitely yours. So stop lying, okay? It's not gonna get you out of looking after my kids today. Kendra, I'm telling you the truth, they're not here. Oh, Nancy, I didn't want to have to do this, but you leave me no choice. You have two choices. Either you shut up and watch my kids today, or I'll tell your husband about, well, you know. No, I actually don't know. What are you talking about? Play dumb all you like. You and I both know what I'm talking about. No, I don't. I genuinely don't. Okay, well, I'm done wasting one more second of my date with my boyfriend talking to you. I'm turning off my phone now. Don't you dare. Oh, and by the way, when I said today, I actually meant 2 days. So I'll see you the day after tomorrow, Nancy. Oh my God, Kendra, have you completely lost your mind? No, but you've lost yours if you think I'm gonna let you get between me and spending the next 2 days with my boyfriend. Kendra, for God's sake, I am serious. Your kids aren't here. Sure, they're not. Tell them Mommy said I love them. Nathan, are you done with work for today?
Yeah, I am. I just got settled down in my hotel room. What's up?
It's an emergency.
Uh-oh, what's wrong?
Okay, I don't have time to explain, so I'll give you the short version. The mother of one of our son's classmates from daycare just told me she's cheating on her husband, and she wants me to take care of her 2 kids so she can go to Disneyland with her boyfriend for 2 days.
What the actual F?
I know.
I don't even know where to start. She brought her kids along on a vacation with her boyfriend, and they're with you right now?
No, that's just the thing. After she texted me saying she dropped them off, I went to the front porch to check and they weren't there. I looked in the backyard and around the block too, just in case, but they were nowhere to be found.
Is she drunk, stupid, or evil?
Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if it were all 3. I mean, this is all because she wants to have private time with her boyfriend. I can't believe this.
So what's going on now? Did you tell her that her kids aren't there?
I tried to tell her a bunch of times, but she wouldn't believe me. Then she said she was turning off her phone and she hadn't read any of my texts ever since.
Oh, good God, that's nuts! You said this woman's kids went to the same daycare as ours? What was her name?
I didn't remember her at first, but her name was Kendra. Her son's name is Aiden, and I guess they also have a daughter named Allie.
Wait a second. Kendra, Aiden, and Allie. Why do I feel like I've heard those names before?
Does anything ring a bell?
Hold on. That's it! I remember now, the class reunion from last year.
What happened at the class reunion?
I'll tell you the details later. We got no time to waste. I think I know exactly who to call about this, so I'm gonna give him a call right now.
You're right. These are little kids we're talking about, and we've got to move fast to make sure they're safe.
I'll message you later when I learn something.
Okay, I'll make a few calls around the neighborhood while I'm waiting for you. I'm back, Nancy! Oh my God, Disneyland was so much fun! Did you have a couple of fun days with my kids? They're absolute angels, aren't they? And as for me, in the meantime, I was more of a little devil with my boyfriend, if you know what I'm saying. I'll swing by your place in a little bit to pick up my kids. Good morning, Kendra. Thank you so much for taking in my kids, Nancy. I really appreciate it. As I told you 2 days ago, your kids were not on my front porch. So no, I didn't take them in. What? No way, don't tell me. Did you just leave them alone out there? You're a psychopath, Nancy. What if something happened to them out there? They could have been kidnapped. God knows they're probably starving right now. I'm telling you, Kendra, they were never here. And I'm telling you, yes, they were. I know for a fact that I left my kids at your house. Yeah, about that. When you say you were going to Disneyland, did you by any chance mean the Disneyland in Florida? Yeah, duh. What other Disneyland would I be talking about? There's more than one Disneyland, Kendra. There's one in Florida, yeah, but there's 4 others around the world. You asked me if we were living close to Disneyland, and we are. But not the one in Florida, the one in Tokyo. What? Tokyo? You mean in Japan? That's the one. My husband works for a Japanese company, and 3 years ago they transferred him to the main office in Tokyo. They said he'd be stationed there for at least 10 years, so our whole family moved there together. Wait a second. So, you mean to tell me that the house I left my kids at… Did you really think you could identify my house just by my car? That's a pretty popular car, Kendra. Millions of people have the same kind of car. But no, there's no way. It had to be your car. It had the same bumper sticker and everything. You were the only person at the daycare with a Miami Dolphins bumper sticker. Kendra, where are you right now? You know where I am. I'm in… Oh, maybe we were the only ones who liked that team at our daycare, but I think there are probably a few more fans of the Miami Dolphins in, Florida. Oh no. Get it now? All you did was find the nearest elementary school to Florida Disneyland, look for a house with a car with a Dolphins bumper sticker, and abandoned your kids there. Oh my God, this can't be happening. I've got to go find my kids. No, actually, you don't need to worry about them at all. How could I not be worried at a time like this? My kids are missing. No, they are all safe and sound in the custody of your husband. My husband? That's right. I only learned this the other day, but it turns out that my husband actually went to high school with your husband. They were? Oh, that's impossible. Their houses were right down the street from one another. My husband said he used to play with your husband after school from time to time. There was a class reunion for their high school class last year while my husband was back in the country on business. They ran into each other and talked about their families, their work, and all that sort of thing. When I told my husband you and your kids' names, he remembered talking to your husband and gave him a call. After that, your husband called the local police, who found your kids and looked after them until your husband came for them. But that means that my husband… That's right, he knows about your affair. It was kind of a necessary piece of the puzzle. How else were we supposed to explain what was going on to him? Well, you could have found some way to avoid telling him. This is so unfair. You of all people have no right to judge me for cheating on my husband. And what makes you say that? Well, you're just as guilty as I am. You cheated on your husband 3 years ago. What are you talking about? You can't fool me. I know what you did. I caught you in the act. You were having an affair with our kid's teacher, Sam. Sam? That's right. I know exactly what you did. I saw him going in and out of your house all the time while your husband wasn't around. He even lived with you for a few weeks. You get it now. If I'm going down, I'm taking you down with me. I'm going to tell your husband all about your affair. Kendra, it's too late to beg now, Nancy. Consider yourself divorced. Sam is my younger brother. You've got to be kidding me. He's your little brother. He had just graduated from college at the time, and he was living all by himself in the same area. So we invited him to come and live with us while he looked for an apartment. Then after he moved into his own place, we invited him to come have dinner with us from time to time. I can't believe this. I figured that I would be safe to leave the kids with you. I thought that since you were having an affair too, you wouldn't rat me out. I tried to tell you, Kendra. If you had insisted to me 2 days ago, you wouldn't be in this position right now. Wait, if my husband knows I'm cheating on him, I'm in a lot of trouble, aren't I? I actually have a message for you about that. Your husband texted mine to let us know that he picked up the kids, and he told us to give you a message for him. What did he say? We're through. I'm taking the kids. Never come to the house again. No way. Well, now that we've cleared up that I've never actually cheated on my husband, I don't think there's anything left for us to discuss. Oh, but Nancy! Yes, Kendra? What am I supposed to do now? I don't know. Figure something out yourself. But… Bye now. Kendra couldn't let go of her marriage and was sure there was some way she could get her husband to take her back, so she tried going back to her house. However, her key didn't work and her husband refused to open the door for her, so she was left with no choice but to walk away. It seems like this would be a given, but the judge didn't look fondly on her decision to leave her children at a stranger's house so she could cheat on her husband. So Kendra's husband was given sole custody of the children, and Kendra was left with nothing. Less than nothing, actually, because she was on the hook for paying child support to her husband. Their experience in Florida left her kids with a great deal of trauma, too, so they refused to even go to supervised visitations with her. Kendra's parents and family were disgusted at her behavior and flat out refused to give her a place to stay or any financial assistance. She's currently living in an old, rundown apartment all by herself, working multiple part-time jobs and barely making ends meet. As for me and my family, while it was a somewhat exciting couple of days, we weren't actually harmed all that much by Kendra's actions. So in the end, this just became one of those stories that you bring up and laugh about every once in a while.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.